Happy Monday, people. How am I on maternity leave and Mondays still feel like Mondays? It's probably because Bryson gets up with me at night when he's not working, like on Friday and Saturday. And so come Monday, like I've had a full night by myself again, feeding her. And yeah, that's probably why. So today I've got a decent amount going on. I need to, I've got a grocery shop and meal plan, but I'm just feeling so uninspired, which is not like me at all. I love cooking and I love meal planning and all of that, but I'm just feeling very uninspired. It's probably lack of sleep. It's probably like feeling overwhelmed with having a almost 2-year-old and a 1-month-old. But we've got to make that happen this week. And then I've got to decide if I'm going to try grocery delivery for the first time or if I'm going to just go grocery shopping with Valley attached to my body. So I don't know. I want to do delivery or like pick up, not delivery. But I'm so worried. We eat so much produce that I'm like genuinely worried that that's not going to be, they're just not going to do a good job with picking out produce. So we'll see. And then I need to film a video today about my 2 C-sections, my emergency C-section and my, why does this always happen to me? Why does my brain just go poof? My emergency C-section and my scheduled C-section and just the differences in those. I think that would be really helpful. That would have been helpful for me to, like have a video on, and I had a lot of friends tell me their experience, which was really helpful. So I've got to film that today. And then this week we have 2 appointments. I have my appointment tomorrow with the OBGYN to get everything checked out. My tape finally came off. Yay. I pulled it off in the shower with the help of hot water, but it was time for my tape on my C-section incision to go. So it finally came off, and that stitch that was driving me nuts has started dissolving. So a lot less tugging and pulling. So that is tomorrow. And I'm hoping she clears me to start working out again and doing all the things. And then, sorry if you hear snorting, it's my dog, Roxy. She's so loud. Hi, you smell too. Anyways, poor pig. Oh, pig. And then on Friday is Valley's 1-month checkup, which will be awesome. So that's exciting too, because I'm going to ask about that lip tie and then see if we need to take care of that. So yeah, that's what I have going on today and a little bit about what's going on this week. I think at some point, probably Thursday, I'm going to try to go have lunch with Bryson at work because we're totally allowed to do that. So yeah. All right. We can't dilly-dally. Let's meal plan. Here she is, the snort queen of the world. The dog that snores more than a grown man. Is she awake? Yes. Is she snoring? Yes. That's her motto. Oh, Roxy bear, oh, Roxy bear. Y'all, I look like I just got done working out because look at this sweat. Oh my gosh, I'm pouring sweat because I was in the grocery store with Valley on my body and it's like rainy and cold here. So I had on like a hat and my jacket and she was strapped to my body and I am like pouring sweat. And then when I got out to the car, my bra somehow had come unhooked in the back and was like coming off. And if you've ever experienced that, that is just such an uncomfortable feeling. So naturally I just had to sit in the car and fix it because I can't go pick up Zeke like that. So anyways, I got my workout in for today. Literally profusely sweating by just getting groceries. Oh, and because like the grocery stores have no baggers, so I had to bag everything myself. Anyways, I'm hot and I feel a little nauseous because I'm so hungry now. So yeah. I'm gonna go get Zeke and then we're gonna figure out how to unload all of these groceries without the help of Bryson. It'll be fine. But I got groceries for 2 weeks. Yay. So I don't have to go grocery shopping for 2 weeks. I'm so excited. am such a dummy. I thought that my 4-week C-section, post-C-section appointment was today. And Bryson had to stay home from work from home so that he could watch Valley because you can't take babies into appointments anymore. And turns out it's Friday. So that's fun. Whoops. But we ended up getting some Starbucks out of it. Went and got us some Starbucks. Got myself an iced pistachio latte with only 2 pumps of the pistachio syrup and blonde espresso. So yeah, that's fun. Woohoo! So let's dive into what I made for dinner because that's the only productive thing that ended up happening this Tuesday. So I am making that delicious air fryer salmon that everybody's talking about, and I decided to serve it up with some sweet potatoes. So I am just dicing some sweet potatoes. Anybody else kind of struggle with cutting the middle pieces of the sweet potato because they're so hard? I always feel like I'm going to break my knife. But I just diced it up, tossed it in some spices and some oil, and threw it in a sheet pan, roasted it at 450 for about 15 minutes, gave it a stir halfway between, and then while that was working itself all up in the oven, I made a sauce. This sauce was from a recipe, I'll link it below, but it's brown sugar, mustard, soy sauce, which I'm getting everywhere, some oil, still getting soy sauce everywhere. I'm such a mess in the kitchen, but that's why I clean it up. Some ginger and garlic powder, and you just stir it all up together, wipe up your mess, maybe, if you feel like it. You know, no judgment if your kitchen is a mess. And then I just sliced up some salmon. First I patted it dry though so that it would help the marinade stick better. I sliced it up. My knives weren't really sharp enough to get through the skin, which you'll see in just a second, but I ended up slicing it up into 4 pieces. I think this was a little over a pound of salmon, and it's like a wild sockeye salmon tail, I think. So once I was done slicing it up, I just went ahead and popped it all into the air fryer, which was preheated, by the way, so I preheated it per the recipe's instructions. So I popped them all in, and then I dressed them with some marinade, and then air fried them for the amount of time that was required. And it was so good. I think that I would do less brown sugar next time. I didn't really need that much brown sugar, but it did add a nice caramelization to it. So I would adjust the recipe, for less brown sugar. If you're into that, it's delicious. And it was great. I just don't need that much brown sugar. So here is that final product. I served it up with just a simple green salad with onions and tomatoes and dressing, and it was great, and the leftovers were great too.
What was
and
that?
Once we had dinner, we decided to go on a family walk.
What are you saying?
Tell us what you're saying.
Hi.
Hey.
So filming didn't happen yesterday because she has been so demanding. And by she, I mean Valley, my 4-week-old. She just cries if she's not held or eating, one of the two, all day. And so I can't really baby wear her right now because my sciatica on my right side is killing me. Like, it's shooting pain every time I walk or move down into my legs. And I think it's just because my core is really weak and there's like no support. And I've always had a bad back. So I'm going to start an ab rehab program on Monday, and I'm going to start working on some of those moves and like stretches now. But I can't baby wear her, and she is like constantly crying. I don't think it's colic because she's consolable, like with food or me holding her. She's consolable. But it means I can't do anything. And I really need to get my seeds started for the spring garden. And so I want to try to do that today, and that's going to take a while. And yeah. So yesterday I just didn't really do anything. So there was nothing for me to film. Hair in my face, and I can't move it because one hand's filming and she's on the other one. Just keep reminding myself this is not forever, and she's a gift and a blessing, and it's okay to be frustrated, but it's not going to be forever. And yeah, I've only had time today. It's already 11 o'clock. We got up at 7, and I've only had time today to wash some bottles. You just don't want to let her cry, you know what I mean? Like, we're not at that stage of life yet where her just crying is an okay thing. Letting her cry it out. The only benefit is that we are sleeping. We're not sleeping like through at night. We're not sleeping through the night. Like, I'm still getting up she sleeps like a 5 or 6 hour stretch in the beginning of the night. And that's great because she'll sleep from like 8 or 9, to however many hours it is past that for like 5 or 6 hours. Like, I got 6 hours in a row last night. We slept until 3:30 in the morning. But yeah. So I don't know what's better, having no time to do anything during the day or having sleep at night. So hopefully the next thing you see is me starting my seeds. There she is. She's awake again. Oh my gosh. Gotta go. So I got her down for at least a second, but I hear her already waking back up. So really fast before she wakes up, let me show you what I'm going to start in the flats today, or start inside. So I have 3 varieties of flowers and 5 vegetables that I'm starting inside. And then I have a handful of other veggies, these right here, and then a bunch of flowers. All of these need to be started outside, so these will all be started in April. But these I'm going to go ahead and start now. So flower-wise, I have straw flower, these beautiful, like, giant ones. I'm excited about that. This is my first year growing these straw flowers. Some celosia, these tall, plume-like, almost feather-like celosia. They're beautiful. I made an arrangement with them last year. I'll put a picture up if I still have a picture of that. So I'll start those inside. I had the same type last year. And then this black pincushion flower, I thought this would add some really pretty drama to any of the arrangements that I make. So I'm really excited about this one. I haven't grown these yet either. So super exciting. And then vegetables, I have some black cherry tomatoes. These are really similar to the like Kumado tomatoes that I get. So I'm excited to grow these. Some San Marzano tomatoes. These are like sauce tomatoes. So they have less like seeds in them. So they make a better sauce. There's less to strain. And then a couple different types of peppers. I have hybrid bell peppers. Hybrid sweet peppers, this is a banana pepper variety, and then hybrid hot peppers, these are poblanos. So yeah, those are the seeds I'm starting inside. If you're interested to know what I'm growing what else I'm growing in the garden, you'll just have to stay tuned for the next time I talk about it, which is going to be in April. So I'm currently having to pump. And this little girl doesn't want to be in her swing that's right over there. She wants to be with me. And she wants to be rocked. So I'm pumping with my feet up so that my legs are at an angle. She is sitting in them. And I am rocking her back and forth. Trying to remind myself that this does not last. So I need to enjoy it. Because this becomes a 2-year-old so fast. It got like a little chilly, but it's still beautiful. But I had to put on some more clothes. Okay, so I just wanted to show you my setup really fast before we dive in. So I am using these like greenhouse kits. They're like cell packs. This little kit is really cool. It comes with each of these individual packs. They kind of break apart and look like this. I have one from last year that I'm gonna use too, so I'm gonna use this one and then this one. Hold on, let me clean off my camera. Can you tell I'm a mom? The way I just licked that. Ooh, that's like so much better. Okay. So anyways, so the packs, they come with like, I don't know, 1, 2, I think 4 of these little things, and they're all connected, but you can disconnect them. And then also in the pack, again, this one's a little bit dirty because this is my one from last year, is this bottom flat tray. And so the cool thing about this is you can fill this with water. And then once you have your full seed packs, they just sit in here and the root systems bring water up from the bottom without risking overwatering them. So that's really cool. And then they come with this like domed lid. So it needs to be cleaned off, but they come with this domed lid which sits right on top of the pack like this. And you do that when you're first germinating your seeds. So while you're waiting for your seeds to sprout, you keep the lid on it, and it creates like a greenhouse effect to keep them warm, keeps lots of moisture in there. So that is what is in this pack right here. So I'm going to be doing 2 of these. So I have, yeah, the old one and the new one. And then I'm just going to be using this black gold seed mix. This is what I used last year. It's really lightweight. It's really good for filling these cell trays. So that's what I'm going to be using this year. A lot of times people will sprinkle vermiculite on top of their seeds, but that was just extra money that I didn't want to spend. So this will be fine. My seeds will germinate through this just fine. So that's what I have going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bunch of this soil and I'm going to dump it in this tray. I have 2 of these, and then this one's missing like all of its cell packs and its dome lid. So I have 2 of these. I'm going to take this tray and I'm going to fill it with this dirt right here. And then I'm gonna moisten that dirt. I'm not gonna put like a ton of water on the dirt. I don't want it to be, I don't want when you squeeze it for water to come out, I just want it to be a little bit damp, because that's gonna help fill the seed packs easier, and it's gonna go ahead and give the seeds a little bit of water. And so I'm also gonna go over the top once I have the seeds in and just mist them with my mister, and that way it'll help the seed kind of settle down, it'll help the dirt settle down. So yeah. Now that I look at my outfit, I think I probably shouldn't wear this light gray shirt while I deal with dirt. So I'm gonna go change again, and then we can jump in and get that started. Oat muffins, and I have all of my dry ingredients here. This is some whole wheat flour and regular flour because I ran out of whole wheat flour, some oats, baking soda, baking powder, salt, and then over here this is yogurt, olive oil, maple syrup, vanilla, and some eggs. So I'm going to combine this into this. Give that a decent mixing, but I'm not gonna over mix it because I still do have to mix in the strawberries. All right, most of that is mixed in, and again, we're gonna continue to mix it when we add the strawberries. So I've got about 2 cups of diced up strawberries here. Dump those in. Continue to give it a good a good stir. Till we feel like everything is pretty well incorporated. All right, and so now I'm gonna spray my pan with some Pam. And then I'm going to fill up this tray. This will make 12 muffins, and it's expected that the batter should be pretty full in each cup. And so I have made this like streusel topping. The recipe doesn't call for it, but I thought that sounded like it would be really good on the muffins. So we're just gonna top this off on each one. Now this streusel contains about 3 tablespoons of softened butter, some brown sugar, some flour and oats and salt. So it's actually really not super sweet. I didn't put a ton of brown sugar in here. I didn't want it to be super sweet. I think the strawberries are gonna make these sweet enough, so I didn't want to add to any of that sweetness. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put these in the oven. Now we're gonna put these in the oven at 425 for 4 minutes, and then we're gonna drop down that temperature to 400 for another 15 minutes, and that should give the muffins a really good bakery style rise. So let's see how this goes. So while those muffins bake, I thought I could show you my new favorite latte to make at home that really is helping curb my chocolate craving without giving me like a ton of sugar. So I thought we could make that, and then I could give you an update about what the doctor said, because I had my OB/GYN appointment today, my 4-week checkup. So let's make the latte and then we'll go from there. Oh no, she's waking up. The queen has arisen. Maybe she'll go back to sleep for a minute so we can finish this video. Hey Roxy, you want one of these drinks too? Don't mind this. This is all the garlic I'm planting this year. Also, I really need to clean this table. So I'm gonna start with 2 shots of espresso from my Nespresso machine. One day I'm gonna have a real espresso machine. It's gonna be great. I've really been digging this iced Ligero. Ice Ligero, whatever, however you say it. This is, technically it's supposed to go over ice, but it has a very mild flavor, and it's the only double shot that I've found that has a mild flavor. So I've been using it as hot coffee too. But I did order some new double espresso that they just came out with, and it should be in the mail soon. It's supposed to be a light roast too, so we'll see. One day I'll fix this by just having my own dang espresso machine, and I can make the coffee however I want. So while that is going, we're going to heat up some oat milk and whole milk. I may not need this whole milk. I just don't know that I have enough oat milk. So we will see. Let's find out. I want about a cup, so maybe a little bit less than a cup. I just don't even, yeah, I didn't think I would have that. Okay, so typically I would do all oat milk, but since I don't have all oat milk, I'm gonna add in some regular milk. I'm not against regular milk, I just am not sure if she has a lactose allergy. And also, oat milk is just good for your milk supply if you're breastfeeding. All right, so we're gonna pop this in the microwave. I almost called this a fridge. It's the exact opposite of a fridge. Pop this in the microwave for 1.5 minutes. Oop, the muffins are making noise. Let's check on them. Oof, they look good, but I don't know if they're done. Look at the domes on those suckers. Those are beautiful. Let me get out my cake poker. Sorry for all of the noise. Anybody else's utensil drawer look like this? I don't know where my cake poker is. Oh, there it is. I mean, I also have this too, so I don't know why that drawer looks like that. All right, let's check a middle one. Oh. Looks clean. All right, we'll turn the oven off. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna get my coffee. Oh, I didn't turn the timer off, my bad. Okay, and so now I'm gonna grab some cocoa powder. So I like to call this drink a bitter mocha because it is only a little bit of maple syrup, some cocoa powder, and a touch of vanilla, and that's it. But it's a very small amount of maple syrup, so it is pretty bitter, like dark chocolate, which I really like dark chocolate. So if you are interested in making this, you can adjust the maple syrup to your preference. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of maple syrup, a spoonful of cocoa powder, a dash of vanilla, and then we'll froth the milk and then we'll add all that together. So let's dive in. So I'm actually gonna froth all of these ingredients together. Do just a heaping tablespoon of cocoa. And if that's not enough or too much, remember you can always change this up. A splash of vanilla. We're gonna add a teaspoon of maple syrup, just 1 teaspoon. That's all I think it needs. But again, if you like sweeter drinks, maybe add 2. So I'm actually gonna mix all of this together using my frother. It already smells like chocolate milk. It smells so good. Let me go get the milk. All right, so the milk is nice and warm, so I'm gonna froth that up. When you're frothing, remember to start at the top. That'll really incorporate air and then go down. So another thing you can do is you can knock all the air bubbles out of your milk. I think that's supposed to make it easier to pour and like decorate, but I think it can also help make the foam like a little bit creamier. I was a barista for a while and I don't even really know why we do that, but all right, boom, there we go, bitter mocha. Future Sarah jumping into this video because turns out I deleted the part where I told you all about my OBGYN appointment and drank the mocha. So just a quick update from the future. OBGYN appointment went great. I was cleared to do everything. She thinks that my the back pain is sciatica related. And yeah, it was not any different than, or nothing like really stuck out. It was just a, hey, you're all good. So yeah, let's enjoy some images of those muffins. And then this is where we will end that video. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. And I'll see you next week. Well, past Sarah. We'll see you next week for a new maternity leave video. Grateful for you. Bye, guys.